Okay, here's my inspiration piece, and so I found lots of papers that were similar colours. I painted some backgrounds, things like this newsprint, and I ended up using a watercolour, a piece of scrap watercolour as my background, which I painted all over. So I've just roughly cut the shapes now, taken a picture of how I want it, and now I'm going to glue it down from the back, from the largest images, the largest scraps of colour first. So that means this big central section goes down first, which represents that. So that's going to go down first, and everything else is going to go on top of it. Okay, now in the watercolour background, so this is watercolour paper that I've put it on, I'm going to just do a little bit more resist work here, just to try and suggest some cloud background, and then I'm going to paint on top of that. So see how that goes. Fairly abstract, but it's fun. Okay, we just need to tidy up the bits where I've gone over the edges with some tissue paper, and this will probably dry quite a lot lighter when I've dried it with a hairdryer. Right, that's all dried. I'm going to try the same kind of idea, sort of, with these fields. So it's a furrowed field, so I'm going to get some resist with this oil pastel. I'm just going to see what happens, really. Just a big experiment, and I'm going to just make those little cloud furrow marks. They're getting smaller, it's going in distance. And I'm going to paint on top of that and see what happens. Quite interesting. It's not very absorbent paper, so it will sit fairly well on top. And then again, I shall dry it with hairdryer. Definitely getting some of those resist marks coming through. Okay. Now I'm thinking about doing the trees, so I'm going to draw those with, I could draw those with charcoal and oil pastel, whatever really, or paint on top. Just see what happens with that. I think I'm going to start with the charcoal, see where I go with it. Now I'm going to finish off with some either black watercolour or gouache or acrylic. Now if you've got acrylic, it will go on top of this resisted area quite happily, but if you've only got gouache or watercolour, then a little trick to make it cover would be to put some washing up liquid, little dot of washing up liquid in your paint. I'm just using gouache at the moment, and it didn't stick until I put some washing up liquid in with it, and now it sticks fine over where the resistor's gone. So what I'm doing is now I'm edging with my paintbrush just to define some of the edges of the trees. I'll probably go back in with the charcoal again, but I just want to get some black edges. They're a little bit clearer. This seemed the best way of doing it. You can water down your black, obviously, make it a little bit softer if you want to. So just trying to create that look from the original, which is my collage interpretation. Just a bit of fun. Do something a little bit different. Nice fine brush could make you work quite nice.